Well, before I let you go, new project.
Yes.
Barcode?
Yeah, it's a new show that I'm doing. I thought of in the pandemic because I was just bored. And it's like a mixture between, like I say, Tiny Desk and Jimmy Kimmel with In Living Color all in one, you know? So I just wanted to kind of bring a lot of the creators that I know in Atlanta and just around the world, around the industry, and just be able to bring them in and kind of do this live show and entertain people. So look out for that, guys. I have a lot of episodes of it. It's a cool idea. It's a cool show. And I'm looking to make it even bigger.
Okay. And is there another new project as well, or?
Yeah, I'm working on 3 albums.
Okay.
So I have an album called Slick Woke. I have an album called EGOT, the Book of EGOT. That's Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony, if you don't know about that. And my last one is The Spook.
Okay. And you made reference to that, the spook that hid...
Sat by the Door.
Sat by the Door. I actually looked it up as you were talking about it. It's a CIA book?
Well, it's a book about the first Black CIA agent that was let into the intelligence. And he learned a lot from they put him in the file room first. And then he got to, eventually move in different divisions. And he came home, he retired and came home and turned the local gang into freedom fighters.
Huh.
So that's like the premises of the book. But, I'm the spook that sat by the trap as well. So I want to be able to take the information that I learned to be able to, I sit with guys like you, have conversations, people I've been with around the world that I had in-depth conversations with, and just kind of give my people that education to let them know they're more than just a trapper or a gangster, a drug dealer. You can also be a business owner, an activist, a scientist, lawyers, all those things. So I just want to be able to open my community's mind and perspective, but also keep it cool, keep it, in the vein of what we do in the culture of hip hop.
You had 6 Grammy nominations, because Sicko Mode was the 6th one that I didn't mention while talking about that with you. 6 Grammy nominations. You've been part of so many massive projects. Mm-hmm. Is there a certain level of frustration where when you come out with your project, it doesn't get the same level of love as these projects that you're a part of?
Right. No, Basquiat became Basquiat after he died.
Well,
he was Basquiat, but he wasn't Basquiat until...
he was pretty big when he, him and Warhol were doing stuff together, and he was...
But he's, like, to be big and appreciated is
he definitely got bigger after he died. Yes, this is true. But that's true with every painter, every prominent painter.
Yeah, but, I feel like
You could almost, something I think probably the better comparison would be Van Gogh. Mm-hmm. Van Gogh really wasn't anywhere when he was alive. But then after he died, he became the biggest thing ever.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes, man, I'm from Atlanta and I'm a little unorthodox, and I'm like the polar opposite of what people expect me to be from Atlanta. So I heard a quote, they say a prophet never gets love in his hometown. I'm a real deal prophet. So sometimes I put some of my, my ideologies, my thoughts, and my, ideas into other music, and I sugar it up and give it to the public. So however you get it, you get it. If I do it myself or you hear it through somebody else, as long as you get the message, that's all I care about. I've been that guy since I was 5 years old. So I had enough fame even if I don't get any more. So I'm content. But I do think now my message is more important than me being successful. So whenever that reward comes, whenever that, people decide to say, hey, Cyhi, you do deserve this. Cool. But if it don't come, I'm living for one person. That's him. Yeah. Or her, if some people would say it's a girl.
however you want to phrase it.
No, I'm good. I made it to Vlad just being myself. So,
Multiple times.
I'm good.
Well, listen, Cyhi, first and foremost, man, I'm so happy you're okay.
Thank you.
Because like I said, we go back 10 years. We've always had a very mutually respectful relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been love between you and I, which is when I hit you, you hit me right back.
Mm-hmm.
So going through something like this, although you have gone through other shit in the past, I think now, number one, you have way more to lose right now.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Way more to lose. Back then,
Mm.
you're trying to make it to 20.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Hoping for the best. These days now, you have potentially multi-generational wealth.
Mm-hmm.
You have a catalog that's going to continue to make money past your lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
You have kids?
No.
Well, at some point, you probably will have kids.
I'm working on it.
Working on it. But you have family.
Yeah, definitely.
You have that type of thing. You have a lot to lose right now. Way more than whoever was trying to do this to you, I'm
Absolutely.
sure, who are driving around with a Maserati with no license plates. So the fact that you lived through this, you're taking it seriously. You're not trying to retaliate and throw everything away.
Right.
You're not letting someone trick you out of your position, like I like to say.
Mm-hmm.
And in a very sad time right now, since our last interview, you mentioned Mo3, who I interviewed,
Mm-hmm.
FBG Duck, who I interviewed,
Yeah.
Pop Smoke, who I talked to 2 days before his death, who we were planning an interview next week. Young Greatness got killed. So many people, Boosie gets shot. King Von gets killed. We were planning on doing an interview with him, in the same city as your situation
Absolutely.
happened in. Just a lot of tragedy that did not work out. And the fact that you were able to walk away from it and learn from it and not trying to throw your life away to try to figure out who did it or whatever else. Because at the end of the day, I found that karma pretty much takes care of these types of situations pretty well,
Mm-hmm.
because I can almost guarantee you are not the only person they've tried this with.
Exactly.
Guarantee you that.
And I want to say this, Vlad, before I leave. To all the rappers that come from impoverished neighborhoods, because I don't like when they be like, I'm a street nigga. Woo-woo. We all from the street. You know what I'm saying? If you black, you from the street. If you live in the suburb, if you want to see your cousins or your aunties, you go back to the hood to see them. You know what I'm saying? So we have to understand that we have made it. We have graduated. We won the Super Bowl. Tom Brady is not out here shooting it out with dudes after the Super Bowl.
Right.
He's a professional. We are professional artists. The reason why Atlanta doesn't have a Universal building, a Sony building, any kind of building, because we have to professionalize our careers. We have to legitimize our businesses. So we have to leave where we come from, where we are, where it's at. And we have to look to build our city, our culture, our communities in a professional light so we can do business with other major companies. A lot of times, last thing, for every one artist that comes out of Atlanta, there's 500 in a prison and there's 500 in a graveyard for every one artist, because they all try to get the money in the hood to be able to put behind a video, to be able to shoot the thing, because a label doesn't do artist development no more. They not gonna sign you because you're talented.
Yeah.
You got to have some street cred. You got to have some, where y'all think that come from? So the labels are just as guilty as the artists are, because they won't even let you in their building no more. How I got signed, you can't even get signed like that no more.
True. Yeah.
Like through a showcase or just
right.
going there being a good rapper. Nah, you better have your own set. You better have some buzz going.
Followers, views on YouTube,
all
some
that.
Spotify numbers.
And all that takes a little stepping on people. You got to
Yeah.
get your hands dirty to be able to be in the music industry. So I think once we professionalize it, I think a lot of the major companies will come down and make sure they do artist development and start putting different opportunities in the city so we don't have to go that route. So that's the biggest thing, letting our people know, letting our artists know you won, you made it. You don't have to keep a street cred. You already, if you made it out the street, you obviously had a street cred to even make it out. You know what I mean? So I definitely want my people and the artists in the industry to know that we have to do better. than just violence to be able to make a name for yourself.
Well said. Very well said. Cyhi, always a pleasure, man. Looking forward to the new project. And,
Thank you.
Glad you're okay.
Thank you.
Until next time.
My guy.
Peace.